Hi, I'm Suoma the Lifecoach. Today we are talking about dysfunctional relationships. Now I'm going to give you 9 signs of a dysfunctional relationship, and by the end of this video you should be able to determine whether you're in one and what you can basically do about it. A dysfunctional relationship by definition is one that is not functioning properly or normally, or one that is not serving its appropriate function in relation to your needs and your partner's needs. One of the signs that your relationship may be dysfunctional is if one of you is married or in a very serious and committed relationship elsewhere. Now this is because your relationship would be breaking the #1 rule of exclusivity. So if one of you is committed to another person, basically the relationship can't be an exclusive relationship. Number 2 sign of a dysfunctional relationship is if the relationship has signs of abuse, either emotional abuse, verbal abuse, and extremely important physical abuse. If the two of you in a relationship tend to hold insults at each other or get physical with each other, this is a relationship that in context of a Namibian nation might easily end up in death. So you might want to get out of that one. Number 3 sign that a relationship is dysfunctional is if it is a UDR, standing for undefined relationship. Now, a UDR is dysfunctional for the obvious reason that it might not even be a relationship. So it might be a relationship for one person and not necessarily for the other person because it is undefined. So you don't know where you stand, you don't know where the relationship is going. Now, energy does not lie. So on number 4 of my signs of dysfunctional relationship is tension. So if there's a constant tension between you and your partner, it might mean that you guys are not very free with one another, or you're constantly walking on eggshells or not exactly sure what to say or when to say it, and you're not comfortable. So it's very dysfunctional in the sense that it doesn't foster healthy communication. Number 5, if the two of you have repetitive arguments on the same subject, that means you're arguing about the same thing over and over and over and over again, and it doesn't seem like either of you is willing to compromise their position, or it doesn't seem like the two of you are coming to a bit of a conclusion or solution to this argument, then it might be a bit of a problem in the long run because you have unresolved issues which lead to a bit of resentment, which is very fatal. The 6th sign of a dysfunctional relationship is if your partner is a blamey bee. They're always blaming you for whatever is going wrong in the relationship, and they never take responsibility for when they've done something wrong or when something is off because of them. So that means the ultimate burden and responsibility to make sure that the relationship is successful is on your shoulders alone. So it's just not gonna work. Number 7, in relation with tension and being in a relationship with a blamey bee, is the constant cloud of guilt that you might be carrying over in the relationship. You're constantly apologetic about who you are. You're constantly having to make excuses for the things that you do, meaning you're constantly feeling guilty about how you are living. That means you're not free to be yourself. So that is a serious sign of a dysfunctional relationship, and it just won't succeed. Number 8, uncertainty. If you are uncertain about your partner's personality, one day they're the happy sunshine, the next day they're depressed, and the other day they're drunkard, or whatever reason where you're never ever certain who you're going to be seeing next Friday, that is a serious sign of a dysfunctional relationship, because it just means you're dating what do you call it? Not a sociopath, not a psychopath, but a schizophrenic person. So that is a serious sign of a dysfunctional relationship, because you don't know who you're talking to this weekend and who you're going to be talking to the following weekend. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, if you feel in your heart and in your mind and in your psyche that the relationship is dysfunctional for whatever reason, then I cannot tell you that your relationship is dysfunctional. Do you know it in your heart of hearts that it's not serving the purpose that you had intended for it to serve? Then you might want to communicate this to your partner, because it's a sign of a dysfunctional relationship and there's no purpose in denying that it is dysfunctional. Now, here's what you need to do if you suspect that you might be in a dysfunctional relationship. You need to understand that it's not fatal if there's some dysfunction in a relationship. In fact, it's very normal. All you need to do is read up on it, do a bit of research, try to understand why the two of you are going through what you're going through, because it might be very temporary in nature. And then I advise you to talk to your partner about it, because communication is golden, and it's very likely that you will come to a solution if you just talk about it. Now, if all else fails and it doesn't seem like the two of you are coming to an understanding or a solution, it might be time for that relationship to end, sadly. Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be putting out a video each and every Wednesday, so subscribe to my YouTube channel if you can. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and send me a message if there's anything that you'd like me to discuss or anything that you need specific help on. Bye.